Hello, Barcelona, and welcome to English Radio Barcelona Blue on La Marina Cat 102.5 FM. I'm Virgil, still and always. Well, it may be April Fool's Day, but you haven't made a bad decision to tune in today when we talk with Sheridan, Hindley and Alejandro Labandera from the band Bad Decisions. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you. It's lovely to be here, Virgil.
Well, firstly, let's talk about origins. Love, life, and the birth of a band. Now, how did you two first meet, and what drew you to each other creatively as well as personally?
Well, we met in Uruguay, actually. Oh, sorry. We met in Uruguay playing together, actually. Like, when I went to go live there, my ex had a friend that was a drummer, and we were going to live there, and I said, well, you know, put a band together for me.
Right.
And he did, and Alejandro already had been playing with him for years and years earlier, and he was just returning to Uruguay as well. He had been out of the country for 10 years or more. And so anyway, we put a quartet together. Well, someone else did it for me, basically. Put a quartet together for me, and that's how we met, playing in the quartet together. And then from there, very quickly, we started writing songs together just because, well, we were just both interested in the artistic part and not just the working part of music. Like, we both wanted to, write new songs together and not just play the stuff. Like, we were playing some cover songs and some of my own songs with the project we put together there. And but we were both interested in continue to writing, so we just automatically said, oh, well, let's like meet up and do this. I don't know, it just happens naturally. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I know, I do. So then where did the personal side of it come in?
Oh, well, that slowly crept in. Slowly, but very surely, yes, crept in. Because we spent also so much time together, because like we started playing in a quartet, so then we would play like once a week or so normally with them, and like rehearse once a week and then play once a week. And then with him we started meeting up to try to write new songs together. And he was giving me classes of harmony and stuff as well, because he knew a lot more than me. And then from there we started playing as a duo a lot. Just because there was more work that way. And so we spent so much time together, like just writing songs together and then playing together. And then, you know, you just get to know someone, and well, either it might happen, it might not, but it just, you know, that's where the love came in.
Which is not so bad. So where did the name Bad Decisions come from?
Well, we've made a lot of them.
Haven't we all?
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's funny because like we've been playing together since the end of 2012, and like sometimes we'd give different names to the projects we were doing and blah blah blah. But then actually before we started calling ourselves Bad Decisions, which is when we recorded our first album here with the other musicians and whatnot, even in the song that you're going to play at the end of the show, from what I saw on the set list, the one that's called Save Me From Myself, I say in that song, I could write the book about bad decisions. You know, I've made most of them twice. And so, yeah, we both have a very colorful past. And we've done it a lot. But then the actual name just came from a stupid thing, because we were sitting around after we recorded, like, so we have to give ourselves a name. What's the name going to be? Because it also has to sound like easy to understand in English or Spanish or whatever. But then we were just sitting around one day talking about some things we did in the process of recording the first album. We're like, oof, yes, we made a lot of bad decisions. And I was like, yeah, hey, that could be the name of our band, man, because we can like really go on about that forever. And then that's how it came.
Now, did being a couple make it easier or harder to start and have a band together?
Well, I don't think we'd be a couple if we hadn't started music together. That's like what led to it, was making music together led to us being a couple. We actually, I don't think we ever would have become a couple otherwise, because we're like totally mismatched actually in like so many other ways. But the music was just this like joining point for us that made us like, you know, fall in love with each other and whatnot, was through the music.
He's more outgoing and Yuli, and you know, you're so conservative.
Exactly. Well, actually, it's funny because he's actually like extremely talkative. He just doesn't speak much English, except for what were we rehearsing, honey? How do you say it? He's like, it is honor and privilege to play music. But actually, there's a very romantic story about that I can tell you, because so we started like writing songs together, and you know, I was finishing my relationship with my ex at this time, and I was, you know, falling in love with him, but you know, it was a secret and whatever.
Right.
And but it was a really hard time as well, because I was in this other country, and it was very, very, very difficult time. And he was like the closest person to me. So then we'd meet up. Like, all my songs are never about political things or anything.
Right.
It's just about emotional stuff, and it's not always something clear and specific. Sometimes it's just like putting into words and music kind of something that you're feeling on the inside, and sometimes it is about something very specific.
Right.
It depends on the song. But since he doesn't speak English really, I would go and be like, we'd be writing songs together, and the words were actually about him and me being in love with him, but he didn't know it and whatnot. And we'd like write these songs together, and he had no idea that I was singing about him because he didn't know. So it's very romantic.
That's very
really.
romantic. Well, you know, out of that, you know, what caused you to leave Uruguay and brought you to Barcelona? And how has the city shaped your musical journey?
Well, we came to Barcelona. I had already been living here for a long time before I went to Uruguay. I came to Spain in 1995, and first I was in Ibiza until 1999, and then I came to Barcelona from there. Just because it was I like wanted to do something. I wanted to be able to study and like do more things, because in Ibiza it was very limited what you could do, and Barcelona was just the logical step, because it was the big city that was closest.
Right.
So, well, actually, the logical thing would have been to go back to the States, but that's not how I work. Like, look, what city is nearby here?
You have your own logic.
Yes, exactly. So I took the ferry to Barcelona and started my life here. And I was here until 2012, and that's when I went to Uruguay, and that's when we met. But ironically, sorry, there's all these weird stories. Ironically, he had been living in Madrid for 7 years, at the same time that I was living here. From what year to what year? ¿De qué año a qué año?
2012. Del 2006 al 12, 2005 al 12.
Okay, from 2006 to
2012,
2012. So we were simultaneously living in Spain, but we had never met each other before Uruguay. And before that, he had been in Mexico as well, living. But anyway, so we were in Uruguay, and I was really unhappy there. I didn't want to be there at all. I was there for 5 years, but I really didn't like it there. I didn't want to live there, and he didn't want to live there either. And in the end, he was staying because he had fallen in love with me, so he was staying because I had to stay, because I had 2 kids with a guy from Uruguay, and I was like, oh, I can't just leave the country. A very complicated situation. But anyway, sorry. So we came to Barcelona because I wanted to come back here. Here's where I had like my people that I felt like my family. I'd been here for years, like my friends that were like my support and everything. My whole life was here, so I wanted to come back here. And he wanted to go to Madrid, actually, but I said, well, then you're going alone, because I'm going back to Barcelona. And he came with me here.
And that was a good decision for both of you.
Yes, that was a good decision. That can be marked on the list.
We'll be back to talk more with Sheridan and Alejandro right after this.
1, 2, 3 y...
And that was Bad Decisions with What I Learned. Now, do you remember the first song you guys wrote together and how it came together?
I would say probably one of the first ones was one that was called "What You Gonna Do," because it was when I was trying to figure out what you gonna do, what decisions I was gonna make when I was in Uruguay, and that we played it for years. It was actually really pretty, but it's just we left it behind. But like the title of that song, for example, and one of the songs we're gonna sing for you today, it appears because then I say in the song
Right.
that it all came down to what you're gonna do, and I'm actually referring to this song and not just
Right.
what you're gonna do, and it comes together. Well, that's a question you had later, but do you want me to just tell you now, like
You
the
can.
creative process?
You can.
So normally what we do is I have like an idea, I like a melody and lyrics and like some kind of basic chord progression, and sometimes like I don't know, either a verse and a chorus or a pre-chorus
Right.
and a chorus or whatever, and I come to him with that skeleton of an idea, and then he especially apports, no, what do you say? Contributes to the harmony a lot.
Right.
The harmony, because I'm very basic and he's way better, and he develops it much better than any ideas that I could ever have. So he really develops the harmony a lot, and then sometimes the melody as well. But like, why don't you try this or try that, and we'll adjust the melody a bit. And then especially like sometimes then we make new parts that the song didn't have before.
Right.
You know, we add on to that, and then we start like putting it together. Like, okay, well, how many, you know.
It's improvisation in a lot of ways.
Yeah, not really. We're not big improvisers. It's more like, I mean, improvising in the sense that putting it together, but
Yeah.
we don't do a lot of improvising, like, as people consider improvising
Right.
music. We think, like, okay, so what do we do? Okay, we'll have an intro, and then here we'll have one of the verses here, and then should we go straight to the chorus or have a pre-chorus here? Okay, let's have a pre-chorus.
Okay.
Like put the blocks together of the song. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, yeah, it's just your way of doing it.
Yeah.
So, again, how would you describe your sound to someone who's never heard you before?
The sound would be hard to put my finger on, but I think kind of the concept of how we do songs, like all different songs, we're not like a specific genre that like the things sound the same all the time. So I think if you think of, for example, like Carole King Tapestries, I don't want to say that our songs are as good as her songs. That's not what I'm saying. But the sense that if you listen to that album, you know, every song kind of stands on its own,
Right.
with a, you know, kind of a different concept. Maybe one's more of a ballad and one's more of kind of poppy and another one's a little more folky. Like in that sense.
But it was kind of, and that was, she was making a tapestry with the various kinds of songs she was able to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Now with you guys, you know, you have at root, I would say, an American sound and somewhat of a folk sound. So from that standpoint, you kind of do have at least a thematic basis to proceed from.
Yeah, well, like when people ask the genre, I always say Americana, because I figure that kind of englobes like all the different like American folk. It's definitely very American sounding. We don't
Right.
sound like fusion with anything else at all. It's just like, yeah, some are more folksy, some are more bluesy, some are a little more like kind of westerny.
Right.
You know, like what we just heard, What I Learned. Like, what is that exactly? I know it's kind of like Tom Waitsy.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
like
right.
you know, kind of cabaret in the West thing. You know, so kind of I mean, it's definitely a mix between those things, like blues, pop as well. I think a lot of pop in the sense of how we make this, like how we structure the songs, not the sound, but the structure. You know,
All right, I'll go with it because I don't see you as a pop
No.
kind of group. No.
but just the way that pop, like when you say what's pop, like it's quite a broad thing, but it's like there's always a chorus and there's always a verse and all that with another music, not necessarily. But anyway, I just meant that as a structure thing.
Yeah.
Definitely like bluesy, folksy, westerny, kind of
Right.
cabaret sometimes.
Now, how has the music evolved since you first started?
We've definitely evolved as songwriters, I think. Writing together, like we just improved a lot, and I think now we have more of an idea of what we want to sound like, with this Americana kind of
Okay.
inside of that. Like we used to be a little more experimental, maybe, and maybe try to do stuff a little more jazzy that I don't think we really do so much anymore. But I think mostly from writing so much together, we've definitely improved as songwriters. Like we never let it go by that there's a moment in the song where you're like, well, the song's really good, but there's just like this one moment that's a little bit
Right.
uncomfortable or boring or something. Like we used to kind of let that slide and say, but the rest is really good. Let's just do it anyway. And now we're like much more like, no, it has to all be
Right.
perfect. There can't be any moment that you think that shouldn't be there. You know
Well,
what I
but
mean?
again, that's part of the creative process, though, as you go along. Even
Yeah.
though there's a famous story that Herbie Hancock tells about himself when he was playing with Miles Davis. He was saying that he played the wrong note in this chord, and he's saying to himself, "Oh hell," because Miles stopped playing at that point, and Herbie's expecting the world to stop. Then all of a sudden, Miles started playing off of the wrong note that Herbie had set.
Oh, really?
So it was a case where, it was, or it may have seemed the wrong thing in the wrong time, but you built on it and made something out of it.
Yeah.
So the same thing with you guys, you don't necessarily have to stop and make it perfect, but just build upon it as what it is and see where it goes.
Yeah. Always seeing where the song takes you. Yeah.
I think so. With that, I mean, do you ever clash creatively? And
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's not so much creativity. Like, we mostly accept each other's opinion when we're writing together. Like if I decide, we generally have pretty much the same taste as it comes along. We're like, okay, this works or this doesn't work, and normally we agree. But sometimes I might have a very strong opinion about something. I'm like, no, I can't stand this, and he respects that, and he's also the same. If he says no, this thing, no way, I can't stand it, and I'll say, wow, okay, fine. Like that we normally accept. The clashes had come more like, when the first few years, before there was so much trust, you're more careful, and then like after a few years, then end up getting in a fight about it. But it was like really more of a relationship thing than a song thing, because I fight about something about the song, but then since the relationship had been going on for so long, like the things start to mix. And now we've gotten past that. Even I think now when we're writing together, we both know the things that annoy the other one, so we like, okay, I'll just shut up now and like, okay,
Which is nice.
like so.
which is good, and I think what I'd like to see is that we're going to have you guys give us a little bit of a real performance about the about bad decisions. So I'll let you guys go ahead.
Okay, hold on, let me grab my harmonica.
Your harmonica. I forgot you had your harmonica.
Yeah, got a little harmonica action. Okay, this song is called When You're With Me. We chose, the two songs we chose to do are the ones that we thought were the best in, just as a duo, and like that, didn't have too many weird dynamics or anything. So it was easy for the sound, so hopefully that's what'll happen. When you're with me, I don't need anybody. I don't need nothing at all. It's just you. When you're with me, I don't care where the time goes. You stand along by my side and help me carry my load. Had to face the fact that my odds were stacked. I placed my bet on you. It all came down to, what you gonna do? My chances were low, but I had to know, through caution to the wind. Turns out sometimes the love can win. When you're with me, I don't need anybody. I don't need nothing at all. It's just you. had to face the fact that my odds were stacked. I placed my bet on you. It all came down to what you gonna do. My chances were low, but I had to know, through caution to the wind. Turns out sometimes a love can win. My chances were low, but I had to know, through caution to the wind. Turns out sometimes a love can win. When you're with me. When you're with me. When you're with me.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you. I love the audience clapping there.
Hey, we don't spare the expense, you know. And that was When You're With Me.
Yeah.
Now, where can people find your music these days?
On internet. Yeah, on the Spotify and YouTube and all that. If you just put Bad Decisions, all kinds of stuff shows up. So, like, if you look on the Instagram or Facebook, there's always links to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so that Instagram is Bad Decisions Banda, with
Right.
the low score in
Right.
between the words. And in Facebook, I think Bad Decisions Banda as well. Otherwise, it's Bad Decisions in Spotify and whatnot. If you put my name, Sheridan Hindley, then normally the right
Right.
one shows up.
And YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube.
Again, is good. Well, it's very cool. Now, is there a story behind the song?
Yeah, there's a story behind every song.
Oh, well, of course, of course.
Yeah. No, this one is written from when... when Ale and I fell in love, or at least when I fell in love with him, before I had moved to Uruguay, I always had like lots of like things going on all the time and lots of distractions going on all the time. And then I went to Uruguay and I was completely alone. And then I was breaking up with my husband, who's the one that was from there, and I was completely alone with two kids in the middle of nowhere, like not one friend, nothing. And that's when you like start to realize a lot of things about yourself and about everything. Just complete, like no distractions at all. And then and I was very sad, and it was a very difficult time. And then like I fell in love with Ale, and we started, you know, living together once we started being together very quickly and whatnot. And it was like when I was with him, I was like, oh, when I'm with you, then I don't care. I don't want anything else. I don't need any other distraction. I don't need social life. I don't need any. I just don't, like, it's just like complete, you know, when you feel.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's about. And then the rest of the lyrics are about, like making the decision to go for it and
Which is, you know,
throw all the caution away.
which
and
is perfect.
The only way to know is to try.
Now, what does a typical working week look like for you guys as independent musicians?
There's no typical week at all. It completely depends on what's going on, especially because I'm a full-time teacher as well. So depending on if I'm on holidays or not. But then depending on what's going on, like for example, if we have an important gig coming up, all the preparation during that week would be like regarding the gig that's coming up,
Right.
either like certain parts of songs or him more, especially with the different sounds of the guitars that he has to be working on and whatnot. It would all be focused on that. Another week, if we're like writing a new song or something together, it would all be focused on that. So even if we're not together, like we would have recorded some ideas at home, just like with the phone,
Right.
like that. But then so when I'm off at school or I'm in between classes, I'll be listening, like trying to come up, I think I know what melody to do there, and I think I'll know what to do there. And then when we meet together, like put our ideas back together. So it really depends, like
Right.
on what's going on the week. Like the work will be focused one way or another way. And then as far as like all the other work, promotion and like booking, that's all I do that on my own time whatever,
Right,
so.
right. Which is, the thing. But now, when you approach your songwriting and versus recording, how much of it is, basically do it on your own or studio based? I know all the recording you're doing in the studio.
No, we're not studio based at all. Yeah, we do all the writing at home. The only thing we use mostly is the telephone, no? Because we'll practice stuff together, and then we'll just record the song with the phone and then listen, and then you can see if you like it or not and whatnot. All of that is done at home, the studio, and then when we went to the studio with the musicians to record, we have it all very rehearsed to try to do it as quickly as possible in the studio because it's really expensive to be in the studio. So then we do before we went to play, we did some pre-production at our house, but just with we have a little machine just to try because he does more than one guitar on the tracks and whatnot, so to arrange the guitars on the tracks, and me sometimes for chorus singing, for the backup singing, that kind of stuff. But then,
Which is cool. It's cool. Now, what's your experience been like? Trying to book gigs here in Barcelona or other parts of Europe or the rest of the world at this point.
It's hard in Barcelona just because, as we were talking about before, there's not that many places to play in Barcelona, and every time they close more places. But we've been lucky. We've got since we recorded in 2022 as Bad Decisions, we have a few places that we're regular at that we can play as a band. Now, in the last few weeks, we've played a lot as a duo, which is a lot easier, a lot more people call. But just by coincidence, we played in fall, we had played a bunch of times as a band, in a short period of time, and then suddenly in these weeks that we're living now, at the moment, we have a whole lot of duo shows, and it's not because I looked for duo shows now and for band shows then, it's just, that's just the way it comes up. But it's challenging. Last year we went to California and we played in a bunch of places as a duo. Where we were just visiting. We turned it into a little tour,
Which is cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And the big difference between there and here, I would say, is there's people really want to hear original music. The places where we played, they always have different bands, and almost all of them are original music, and people ask for it. They like it. There's one place we played, people always come in, do you have live music tonight? Do you have live music tonight? And it's people really like it, and they listen in a way that's really, really cool.
Well, the thing we were talking about earlier, the importance of an audience to you, of having an audience who will listen to the music, listen as you play, as opposed to an audience that is talking among themselves and only half-hearted listening to what's going on the stage.
Yeah.
There's the problem there of having an appreciative audience in front of you, and of being in a place that appreciates music.
Yeah. Well, here there is some, as you said, Ma'am, for example, you saw us there once when we played. There it's really nice because if people go to listen to music, they're in silence. But people don't have to be in total silence, you know what I mean? It's not like that, but they go there because they want to listen to the music, and that's really nice. In that sense, if you've ever, and any listeners out there, if you've ever seen us live, I interact a lot with the audience because I even make them, also because I don't have any backup singers, so I make the audience do the backup singing, and I just really love connecting with the audience. It's the best thing in the world to me, so I normally manage to win them over, even in the hardest of circumstances. I have a bubble gun that I bring to things. I have a megaphone. I'm I'm gonna make you listen to me, even if you don't want to. But because I do, I love connecting with the audience. It's the most beautiful thing.
Well, it really fuels you as a performer, and that's the whole thing that is important, being able to get that buzz, because you give it back to the audience the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, part of that, again, part of the difficulty of being in the business is being able to promote yourself. What are you using? Social media, word of mouth, collaborations, whatever.
Smoke signals from on top of my building. Yeah. This is the part that I'm worst at, I think, just because I'm lazy. But also, no, because, so we have, Instagram and Facebook, so I, I post, videos and photos and whatnot. But I do know that like for how much people are supposed to do that when you're promoting yourself. I know I don't do it enough because people do that like every day. But the thing is, I have no problem posting stuff from concerts if we have like videos that people take and everything. That's all cool. But I'm not. I don't like the whole selfie thing. Like, hi, today I'm like hanging out at home and like we're writing a song. It's totally. I just can't. I just can't. Which is like weird because I love performing. I feel natural and genuine when I'm performing, but it's not the same. The self-promotion with the phone is just not the same as performing. So anyway, yeah, but just, social media and then...
And whatever.
But,
what have you learned then with this in terms about being able to build an audience and keep an audience? Because you do have people who really follow you and who come to see you.
Yeah, we do have some, but I don't think we've learned enough because we need a bigger following. No, but actually that's funny because I always thought I always announce, I post that we're going to play and whatnot. And then sometimes I think, God, I don't know if anyone even looks at this, you know what I mean? And then when we played in Mayam at the end of January this year, but the original gig was for September of last year, but then for something that the museum was doing, they had to change the date. And I don't know why, in Facebook, you create an event.
Right.
And for some reason, I created a new event and didn't eliminate the original event that was in September.
Right.
And I didn't even think about it. I don't know. I didn't realize that I had done that. And on the day... in September, when the first event had been created for, someone sent a message through Facebook saying, "We came to Mayam and there's no concert." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Someone looked at that? Oh my god!" It's like, "I'm sorry." We actually were at a different gig.
Right.
We were playing in Masno that day. But so they do look though sometimes. Anyway, what did I? I'm sorry, I didn't even answer your question.
In terms of being able to keep an audience, the things that you do.
Well, I think the playing as much as possible, playing concerts as much as possible. Also, that's like what we like most. That's what, for me, that's like when it's like really alive and people like to go to the concerts. I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Now, what's the biggest challenge in turning music into something sustainable?
Money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Yeah. The money, I mean, because me and Ale, for example, were completely, what's the word? Committed to this project. It's like our baby.
It's your life.
Honey. Yeah, I mean, it's like yeah, it is. It is our life, actually. So we'll do anything to push it forward and to keep going and everything. And, we invest in it all our time and all our energy and money and everything. But that's only because it's our baby. So like the musicians, for example, we always make sure we pay them. We try to, we like in some gigs where you don't get very much, we always assure them their money to make sure they don't get frustrated and don't get, even though maybe if you say, oh, well, this one doesn't really pay, maybe they'd go, but how many times would they do that? So we try to be really careful to keep them happy because it's just that, I mean, it's really hard for, we're both teachers as well, so, we don't have to worry about this project generating all the money, but if that's the case, it's really hard.
It is hard.
I mean, I understand why people don't want to, play
Stay
for free.
into it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have you guys do another song for us now.
In a different key here.
Different key of your harmonica.
Yeah, very important. One time only one time I think it happened. I picked up the wrong harmonica for a song. Did not sound the same. I had to come up with a song. But this is another simple little love song. Even though sometimes it hurts so bad, I can't help but cry. stressing me. I try to step back, get perspective of things, but somehow you get so big, you're all I can see. Yeah, I just can't fight it. There's nowhere to hide it. I'm crazy for you, in spite of the things that you do, man. 1,000,000 to 1 that you're the only one. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. My heart's standing still, yeah, my blood starts to chill. It's really so very much more than just occasional thrills, yeah. 1,000,000 to 1, there's nowhere to run. My game is done, 'cause you're the only one. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you. I'm crazy for you.
Nice, nice. Now, you got a lot of things on your plate. I mean, you're musicians, you're teachers, you're parents. How do you balance it all?
We exploit our children. You got the workforce going strong. No, really though, actually, I use them to do like filming and stuff of concerts and
Oh, yeah?
whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta get those hands on board. And I don't know, just as me, I don't have a social life, for example. It's always just all this, but yeah, you know, you just go, go, go. I mean, the fact that we're a couple makes it a lot easier because we don't have, you know, like we can always like steal whatever moments to do the things we need to do. So
You don't have to program your time. You know, it's just a matter of grabbing when you can grab it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it's a necessity. Now, being parents, again, has that kind of changed your perspective on your music or on your ambition?
I don't know. I've had kids for so long. It just changes. You know, once you have a kid, it just changes who you are. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as you have a kid, you're not just you anymore. You don't even you never consider yourself just you. It's always you and the kid. So I mean, it has affected in some things. Like when I had my first kid, I was really just getting started because I was a late bloomer in music and a relatively early parent. So you know, after I had my first kid, I actually got like an offer to go work on a cruise ship, for example, which would have been a really great way to improve as a musician and whatnot. And I had a kid. I was like, nope. You know, certain things are like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I know people that make other decisions in that case, but me, no. So in that sense, it's influence. But besides that kind of stuff, you know, I mean, it influences maybe more like in an emotional way in the sense that it's who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you just, you know, you have all the responsibility of that. But basically, if you don't, unless you're like super famous and have a lot of resources that way, or you have the other parent taking care of the kid or something, it does limit, you know, what you can do traveling, you know, that it can limit in that sense. But, you know.
Now, what does success look like for you guys now? Not only as a band, but as a family.
I would say as a band, the success is just to keep playing, you know, and I'd love to play in some, what I would really, really love is to have a manager to like, to do all that part. And I'd love with the band to play in like some bigger places, like some blues festivals or something like that, which I know if we had the right contacts, we could get in there, but we just don't have the right contact yet. But it's gonna come because I know we can do it. But still just keep playing. I mean, you know, and just keep like, I want to if I feel proud of the music that we're making,
Right.
In that in itself is a success, and it has to be that way, because if I'm like worried, it depends like if how many people come to the concert or who buys the music or whatever, then you're lost. Then it's not. So it's just if I'm proud of the music, then I feel successful. If I think like that's something I look back and say, sorry. I'm proud of that. That's what I want. I want to like. Even like in recording is really hard. I'm really a live musician. Recording has been I've learned a lot recording these last 2 albums, and record one that I can listen to and say, yeah, you know what, that's exactly what I wanted it to sound like, which is not necessarily the case. And as a family, just everyone being healthy and having a purpose and feeling satisfied with their life and feeling safe and stuff. That's
Now with the kids being children of musicians, are they kind of leaning toward getting involved in music as well?
We have the white and black side of that, the yin and the yang. My older kid doesn't want anything to do with music at all. He's not interested at all. And the younger kid is actually really talented. He's been playing guitar since he was 6, and he does classes with him at home. But he's got a really good ear for music. He's really good. But he also is very undisciplined, so I don't know what he's going to do with it, but if he wants to, he can. It's like something he can do. Other people can run really fast. He's really good at music,
right.
but what he's going to do with that, that's anyone's guess.
So, what's next for Bad Decisions?
Well, we recorded 7 songs last Easter week, so exactly 1 year ago. And so we're letting out those, releasing.
Releasing, yes. Yeah.
Letting out those songs.
Not like you're passing gas. It's like
We're releasing those songs every 2 months or so we release one of them, because with the way that everything works nowadays,
Right.
it's just that seems the best way to cause a little bit of a ruckus, everything. So actually one of the 1 Year With Me, which is one we just sang, the first one we sang together, that's the next one that's coming out. So listen for that.
Right.
And we're playing as a duo a lot these weeks, and then we have some band stuff coming up. But the big deal is that we're releasing these songs that we recorded last year. So pay attention to Instagram and Facebook for the links.
yes. And then if you see them, we'll pass them along the way. But again, it's been great getting together again.
Yes, it's been lovely to be here.
Too long, and we'll have to get you back again sooner.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, we're going to see if we can get you onto the winery tour.
Yeah.
Which would be great. But again, it's been fun, being here at Barcelona Voices on English Radio, Barcelona Blue. We're going to leave you today with another song by Bad Decisions called Save Myself. And tell us again about Save Myself. What's the story behind that one?
Oh, that's because I have been accused of being cold and distant sometimes, and although it seems I can be in my own world a lot, and it's just because it's kind of a self-protection thing. You just kind of push everyone else far away, and
Right.
I've been told I don't talk about my feelings, which is true because I don't talk about my feelings. I write songs about my feelings. So if you want to know how I feel, then listen to the song. I don't talk about it.
All right. You
So
want
it's
to
just
know
about that.
But by the record, yes.
Yeah. So
We're going to hear Save Myself by Bad Decisions. We'll have a great day, Barcelona, and we'll talk with you next week.
Grabamos.
Don't want. What? Sí, arranca con. Don't want to spend my time
Volvemos.
telling you about my innocence. I just want you to take me for who I really am. Don't want to spend my life telling you the things that I do. I just want you to feel me when I'm with you. I just want you. gonna wake up in bed with yourself, and you gonna wonder what happened to the things that you felt, or maybe somebody, yeah, tried to tell you what it is you should feel. But let me assure you, everything you got inside you is real. Let me show you, everything you got inside you is real. So take those things and put them on the shelf, yeah. You're never gonna see me being nobody else. Take those things and put them on the shelf, 'cause the only one that I'm gonna say is myself. I'm gonna save myself. Don't wanna be with nobody else. So take those things and put them on the shelf, yeah. You're never gonna see me being nobody else. Take those things and put them on the shelf, 'cause the only one that I'm gonna say. So take those things and put them on the shelf, yeah. You're never gonna see me being nobody else. Take those things and put them.
Entra a www.lamarina.cat i estigues atent de tot el que passa